What hardware compatibility issues can I face installing Linux? Imagine setting up your new Linux system and hitting a wall with hardware that just won't cooperate. That's what we're talking about today. When you decide to install a Linux distribution, you might run into some hardware hiccups. These issues happen because Linux drivers are often created by the community or hardware makers with varying levels of support. Some hardware might work perfectly, while others need extra work or might not work at all. Graphics cards are a common trouble spot. If you have an older NVIDIA graphics card, it might not have the latest Linux drivers, which can cause poor performance or even prevent your system from booting properly. AMD and Intel graphics tend to have better Linux support, but some features like advanced video acceleration might still be limited. Wireless network adapters can also cause headaches. Chips from Broadcom are known for spotty Linux support, meaning you might not get Wi-Fi working without manually installing proprietary drivers. Power management features like Suspend or Hibernate can be tricky on some laptops. You might find your machine freezes or doesn't wake up properly because of issues with graphics drivers or firmware. Peripherals such as printers, webcams, or fingerprint readers can sometimes lack Linux drivers altogether or requiring extra setup steps. Storage controllers are another concern. Switching BIOS modes from IDE to AHCI can cause compatibility problems, especially on older machines that don't support modern Linux kernels well. Display and backlight controls are also common issues. You might find it hard to adjust screen brightness or backlight levels on some laptops, which can be frustrating. To avoid surprises, many Linux distributions let you test your hardware before installing by booting in live mode. This way, you can see if your hardware works well or if you need to find specific drivers. Tools that check your system can tell you what drivers you need. Picking a Linux distribution known for good hardware support, like Ubuntu or Linux Mint, can also make your experience smoother. Remember, Linux hardware support is improving all the time, but it's not as seamless as Windows because of differences in driver support from hardware manufacturers. If you have newer hardware with active community support, Linux will likely work well. But if you have very new or very old hardware, be prepared for some troubleshooting. Testing your hardware first and choosing the right distribution can save you a lot of time and frustration.